Alright, now that the lower hinge is installed, the door is ready to go on. The slot is cut out, the bolts are holding the hinge on. This bolt is in to hold the upper rod end. And I've threaded on the 3/4 nuts onto the hinge. The plate that I cut out now from the template, and the holes are cut just to slide right over and go up against those nuts. What will happen is as the door closes, that's going to slot itself right into there. You may need a little trimming or something just to make sure it's not rubbing against here. Looks good now. So the door is going to slide right. Those threaded rods there are going to slide right into here, right into the slot that was cut out, and then be able to position the door as well as possible at this point. Getting it aligned nicely. I've tried taping it, but I end up taking the tape off pretty quick because I want to make adjustments. There's little dimples in the body up here that for the top hinge I drill the holes, and they just thread up in there. This doesn't have much to do with the adjustment of the door. You just want to make sure it's in place, pretty close when you want to actually place it. This is the inner plate that goes inside the door, and that's just going to slide onto those threaded rods again, and the bolts or the nuts will go on the inside and hold it sandwiched. This is why it's nice to do the initial setup off the car. It's easier to crawl in and out. So right now, I'm sliding the inner plate in there. Washer, washer. Nuts just finger tight at this point. Okay, I got them finger tight, and I'm just backing off a little bit so I can move the hinge around. So what I'm doing is pushing the threaded rods out away from the inside of the door and pulling the door in. And I want to take a look and see how my seam looks, and look to see how it looks front to back too. If it needs to go forward, I can slide the whole thing at this point, the whole door forward. And from experience, the door wants to be very far forward, but not so that it rubs right along here. If it's going to rub on your front nose, it's going to rub here. So it's right along these lines here. That's going to be the test. So right now, I like the seam. I like how far in it is. It's beautiful right now. And now it's a matter of keeping it there. So I'm going to bring those nuts in now, finger tight, top and bottom, because they're going to go different depths. And it's going to hold it forward at this point. Check my seam again, and right now it cheated itself in a little bit up here. So I'm going to push out on the door a little bit, bring it back, stay good from there. And again, you can the door can twist. Right now it can twist like this and like this. So you want to pay attention to that because those right now and in the back also, here along this line, those nuts on the threaded rod are going to hold it in place on all those vectors. So right now just finger tight. Has that seam exactly where I want. So now that that's where I want that to be, I'm going to go ahead and put the top hinge.